Hello guys, welcome back to another camera review. So today we're going to be looking at the Nikon D5600. So there's something I've really realized about the D5000 series of cameras. The D5600 is actually the latest one, or if I can say, the last one of the D5000 series, which is the APS-C and more of like the entry level slash a bit of professional budget cameras. So it's actually released on November 10, 2016, successor to the Nikon D5500. So yeah, there's actually this one thing that I've really noticed between the Nikon D5000 cameras is that the D5000 series, they cost almost the same, all of them. Like when you go on eBay, like the D5000, I went and looked at the price on eBay. The cheapest one would just be like 150 USD with the kit lens, but this camera, the Nikon 5600, is 600. It's like generations, six iterations of the D5000 camera, and it just costs only twice the price of the D5000. It's like $300 to $400. It's crazy. So I just went and thought like, hey, maybe it's because there's not much improvements. But of course, no way 6 iterations of the camera and you don't have much improvements. So yeah, just that little rant, and let's just get on to the camera. So when I bought this camera, it came with the kit lens, the 18 to 55. f3.5 to 5.6 is the newer iteration, so it comes with this button which makes the lens retract. Twist it all the way to L, which makes it retract, and if you want to put it out again, you just press the button and turn it out, and you can have your 18 to 55. And of course, going back, just press it and turn it back to L, and it'll retract. So about this camera, let's look at the sensor first. So this is another one of these not mirrorless cameras. So it's a DSLR camera, and it features a 24 megapixel CMOS sensor with no optical low pass filter. It is in the Nikon DX format, which is the APS-C. The full frame format would be the FX, and it has a focal length equivalent to approximately 1.5 times that of lenses with FX format angle of view. So it's just a, like, let's say you have a 35mm on your full frame camera, it will just be like around 50mm for your APS-C, which is this camera. So this information is sourced from Wikipedia. And next thing, the processor. It is a Nikon X-Speed 4 image video processor, and yeah, I guess that's mostly what we can say about the sensor. Okay. Let's put it back on. Okay, now let's talk about the hardware. So here we have a 3.2 inch fully articulated touchscreen LCD. So that's a good thing. It's a touchscreen LCD. Makes it 100 times better. So let me just turn it on. Yep, you have your touchscreen. If you want to change your, sorry, let me, if the lens is retracted, it can't really do anything. So you can go here, touchscreen, eye, and you can change your stuff. Let's say you can keep. I'm surprised though they don't have auto ISO on your ISO sensitivity, as most cameras do have it. You would have to go into your menu, and then from there you go to your shooting options, shooting menu, and then you go to your ISO sensitivity settings and you put it to auto sensitivity control on. So it is a bit more tedious. And this is your information. You can switch it, of course, sometimes. Yeah. Okay, now what else can we talk about this camera? Okay, so we talk about the buttons. So here you have your menu button. Pressing it will naturally bring you to the menu. Info button. You can press this to turn off your information screen or to turn it on. AEL, AFL button, which is your sort of like your manual, like pressing that button to focus. And then you have your pictures, your playback menu here, and your I, which is your information, which you have to press that in order to help you change your options. And the one thing about this camera is I'm kind of sad that it doesn't have a joystick, which I don't think it's that cheap it's that expensive to implement a joystick, but well, I guess maybe not. I'm not a camera manufacturer. So you have your delete button here, and you'll have your zoom in, zoom out buttons here. And of course, this dial here, plus minus, for some people, they actually don't know that this dial is for you to adjust how close the mirror inside your lens, your viewfinder here, is. How it's like just adjusting it's like your glasses. You know, if you don't have the correct glasses, it becomes a bit blurry, your view. So you would adjust this to have like the optimal degree. So this camera, you actually have the LV button here. It's like a lever. It gives you live view. Easy as that. And that's about it for the main interface. Of course, if we look at the dials here, we have this button. It's just one, so this is for you to switch your. You can turn it. Let me turn off live view first. It's set to your shutter speed, and then you can press the exposure button to start changing your aperture. Pressing it and turning it will change your aperture, and then you can also press your FN button. But where is that? Oh yeah, FN button to change your ISO. Now, of course, I have it on auto, and then yeah, that's the main things you will do with this. So you have a recording button here, and then here you have your manual, shooting mode, aperture priority, shutter priority, P, scene, auto, just the normal stuff you'd see on a semi-professional grade camera. Okay. And I think that's about it for all the switches and buttons. So, but then this thing actually has a mic here. So this mic is, I only see these very much on Nikon cameras. Maybe other cameras do have it, but they just don't try and point it out to you. They have a left and right stereo. So I'm guessing this is for your videos to have a more immersive feeling, like left input, right input of audio. Well, let's move on. The ports. So, good thing we have a full-size HDMI port. I'm grateful for that. And then here we have meaning that I can now have a webcam using this full-size HDMI. That's perfect. And then here is your SD card slot. It uses a normal SD card, none of your fancy XQD, FC and CF cards. And then here you have your battery. Let me turn it off first. So the battery is actually quite small and compact as a travel camera, and it is a 1230 milliamp hour battery. So if you forgot, the D5000 has a 1080 milliamp watt, so it's not a huge increase, but I'm guessing if you're just a traveling photography person, so this is most likely what this camera is for. You wouldn't be shooting, like having like long sessions of shooting, so you wouldn't need that large of a battery. So here we have your USB type B. I'm surprised they didn't just use USB type C, since this was released in 2018. So, no, sorry, 2016. Released in 2016, where USB-C isn't that prevalent at that time. So, I guess it could be a reason. Although it is not like not known. So, yeah, I guess it's a budget camera. And here you have this. I don't know what that is. You have a mic port. Okay. So this camera has Wi-Fi and Bluetooth. So one of the main differences between the 5500 and the 5600 is the fact that the 5600 starts to have more wireless options. So you have NFC and all that stuff. So it's just helping making it more traveler friendly, like non-pro photographer friendly. Here you have your button to quickly switch between continuous and timing. Here you have your FN button, you can program that to whatever you want, and here's your exposure button as well. So yeah, I guess that's about it for this camera. So I think I'm actually, sorry I haven't been posting a lot. I'm actually trying to shoot a sort of skit about like the benefits of living in Brunei and also the drawbacks of living in Brunei, but haven't really gotten around to doing that. So I didn't even realize the light was not working. Sorry, I think I forgot to charge it. Sorry if it's a bit dark, I might have to edit that. So yeah, that's about it for this camera. And I might make a video on why, trying to figure out why all the 5000 cameras cost so similarly. But yeah, again, that's the end of the video. See you guys.